Hello, denizens of the internet. Noah here. I'm back with another topic of discussion related to porn addiction and porn addiction recovery. And it's a question I get quite a lot from clients, people who reach out to me, and it's a question I see bandied about quite a bit on the forums. I'm going to read from an email from a guy who has this question, and he phrases it well. So I'll read that from him, and then I'll give my answer. He's wondering, after my 6-month journey, I feel I will be ready for sexual relations, but I also know that after 6 months with no sex, masturbation, or stimulus of any kind, I will probably be super horny. And my fear is ejaculation before I even get going. I'm sure you know what I mean. I just wondered if you thought it would be a good idea to masturbate before having sex, in the hope that due to a release through masturbation, I can last longer with the real sex experience, which in turn will make it much more enjoyable for both me and my partner. I wouldn't masturbate to pornography. I would use thoughts of real women in my life for that. I want to completely avoid pornography for obvious reasons. Also, if I was to use masturbation before, then would you recommend the day before or maybe just a few hours before? So, my answer is that I do not recommend masturbation before trying sex for the first time after recovering for a long time and rebooting to get away from PIED. There's a few reasons for that. One, it's not like you're going to get only one chance at sex. And if you are, then it's probably not with the right person, right? You want to reboot and rewire, especially with someone who's going to not necessarily be in love with you, but be interested in hanging out with you consistently and exploring intimacy over a few weeks at least. That way you can get comfortable with one person and grow to trust each other and really explore your own sexuality as you're recovering from PIED and realizing what you actually like sexually. So if you're in that kind of a relationship, the worst that can happen if you choose not to masturbate before trying sex is that you come too quickly, probably, in your mind. But is that a bad thing, really, to happen once in a while? Say it does happen. Half an hour later, if you were horny enough to get hard and ejaculate that quickly, and rebooted enough to be able to do that, then usually within half an hour to an hour you'll be able to try again. And that time you can make it much longer and more lasting and more enjoyable. Imagine if you were with a woman and she had an orgasm within moments of starting to have sex. That would be pretty flattering, wouldn't it? If that she was so turned on by being with you that she had an orgasm that quickly. I've heard from several women that they feel the same way about when it happens with the guy. And no, it shouldn't be happening all the time because it does tend to put an end to the fun a little bit more quickly when it's a man's orgasm than a woman's orgasm because of her potential for multiple orgasms. But it's fine if it happens once in a while. I think people have an irrational fear about premature ejaculation and being made fun of for it or something, or losing their self-esteem because they feel like from porn the guy should be able to last for hours and hours. Now there are techniques that will allow you to last for longer, but don't worry about it too much when you're just starting, when you're just rebooting and rewiring. Go into it just to have fun, and if you do have an orgasm more quickly than you would like, still that's a victory. You had successful sex. That's incredible. If, on the other hand, you masturbate the day before or earlier on the same day because you're afraid of premature ejaculation, and then it doesn't work at all, you don't have successful sex, I think you'll have a lot more regrets than if you came too quickly and just had to try again an hour later. Because you'd be wondering, well, would it have worked if I hadn't masturbated earlier? And I'd much rather have the first trouble than the second. That's my 2 cents on that. I don't think anyone should be worrying about coordinating their masturbation sessions to extend the life of one sexual encounter. Just go into it eager to explore the other person and enjoy the experience. And if you are feeling like you're going to orgasm too quickly, you can just take a break for a minute, pull out, stop, and chat a little bit, let yourself rest and recover, and then go back to it. It's not a big deal. And if it does happen that you orgasm too quickly, laugh about it. And if you're with a partner whom you've been open with about your journey, then she'll understand and she'll probably laugh about it too. And then you can try again later. Not a big deal. So I'm offering my book now, which is a complete exploration of how pornography affects us neurologically and what symptoms it can cause, and also a complete guide to recovery. I'm offering that for free now as a PDF on my website, addictedtointernetporn.com. I'll link to that in the description below. And you can get that by subscribing to my newsletter. If you'd like to get my help personally, I offer paid ways to do that over phone and Skype and email. I've been getting a lot of good clients lately, which I really appreciate. A lot of guys who are eager and willing to put in the work necessary to leave these problems behind and improve their lives. And that's really inspiring. So if you're that kind of person, I'd love to work with you. That's on my website as well. I'll put that link down below. Until next time, everybody, I hope you have a wonderful PMO-free day. Before you go, some suggested videos. If you'd like to find out whether or not quitting porn and masturbation can give you superpowers, click the video on the left. To find out whether or not you should tell your significant other about this journey and how, click the video on the right. I'm wearing the same shirt. God